New tonight, a partisan role reversal when it comes to the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions. Some Democrats who previously called for Sessions to step down now say he needs to stay, while two leading House conservatives, Republicans, they're demanding he resign. And Rebecca Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, leaders of the Freedom Caucus, as it's called, why do they want him to step down?
Well, the rationale is that he hasn't been doing enough to investigate deep state concerns, to use the president's words and the words of some other Republicans, to look into what went wrong with the Hillary Clinton email investigation, another big Republican concern, and to look into leaks coming out of the Department of Justice. And of course, they're also upset that Sessions recused himself from the Russia investigation. So many of the same concerns that we've heard from the president, heard from some other Republicans, but not so many Republicans going so far as to say that Sessions should step down at this point. And really, this is sort of a political consideration. On the one hand, the base of Republicans are very upset with the way things are going with the Department of Justice, echoing the president's concerns. But you could also argue that they are trying to provide some cover for the president, muddying the waters a little bit as he faces great scrutiny.
A bunch of Democrats don't want him to resign because he's recused himself from the Russia investigation. A new Attorney General would be able to take charge, could do presumably whatever he or she wanted. In this article that they wrote, the two lawmakers, Meadows and Jordan, in the Washington Examiner, they say this: it would appear he, Sessions, has no control at all of the premier law enforcement agency in the world. What's your reaction?
Can you answer a simple question for me? What control is he supposed to have over the one issue they're concerned about, the special counsel Robert Mueller? Last I checked, the reason we have a special counsel is that we have a politically sensitive issue and that we should separate that out from the day-to-day business of the Department of Justice. The Attorney General has rightly recused himself from that investigation, and the Deputy Attorney General has said this issue is so important that I want to take it outside the general business and nominate the former 12-year veteran FBI Director Robert Mueller. There is a reason that the Attorney General doesn't have a control, and that's because we don't want him to. One other question, Wolf. If you're an American citizen with kids, I'd have questions about the opioid crisis. I'd have questions about gang violence in this country. I've had questions about the worst thing I ever saw at the FBI, child porn. How many of their concerns are focused on whether the FBI and Department of Justice is doing things on issues that are of concern to American families? They're worried about Russia, and they're rightly concerned that the Attorney General doesn't have a role in the Russian investigation. That's right. That's correct.
How do you see it, Matt?
I mean, look, they want political results out of a job that is to a degree apolitical. You know, the president, his Attorney General, they set broad policy, but they're not supposed to be directing investigations. They're not supposed to reach down to the FBI and say, you know, you should investigate our political opponents, or you should stop this investigation of us. And to push that kind of agenda right now, I think in any administration, Democratic or Republican, it's a very dangerous road.